Hit out so far today. Second quarter on the way at Mill Park Lakes Reserve. A 1 point lead in favour of the Lions. Ball gets tossed up. Bianchin gets the kick away. So towards half forward they go. Bouncing ball didn't work for Daisley. Reading it best was Leonardus, who almost shrugged the tackle. And then Daisley comes for support. Ball hits the deck. No one able to get a good look at it. Lucci now trying to do his best and he can't. Ball gets tossed up.
True centre wing on this broadcast side. Just over 30 seconds played in this second quarter as Stefano got the tap down. Cotter sharked it. Is there a high free kick? Nothing doing, says the umpire. It's Kobe Davies, who wrapped up the reigning Division 2 best and fairest. As this ball's tossed back up, Stefano just took it out of ruck, took matters into his own hands, looking for Robinson. It couldn't find him. It falls out the back to Kyle Wheatley. On the left, it's drifting to the right. And it stays in. Peterson might run onto this ball. He does with a really good pickup. Got a handball option out the back, and umpire pinged him. It'll be St. Mary's who rebound.
Great tackle there from Abbott. And he's quickly to get this down the line to Maggio, but doing well to get in his space. I think that's Davies who took the mark. Very well played there by the Lions. And now quickly go towards half forward again. And Robinson just able to get away from Bianchin. Takes a really good mark, not confident with the distance, so goes deeper inside 50. Is the mark going to be paid? No. It's going to be rushed through for a behind instead. And the Lions get their fourth behind of the afternoon. They're 3-4-22. St. Mary's are 3-2-20, a minute and a half into the second quarter. They're quick to get it out. Are the Barretts, Maggio. You can see why he's been named in his side's best so often. He's had a very great start to this game again. Down the line they go. McGibbon's the target, and on the second attempt takes the mark. Got the handball away to Cotter. Cotter towards half forward. Daisley's going to be the target. He's behind Leonardus. Leonardus got a hand onto it, and Daisley almost held without it. Umpire happy to let it go. Pushing it forward is Failer of the Liam variety. Cotter can't keep that ball in. Out of bounds we go.
Starting to get a bit more of the ball is Tane Cotter in these early stages, and late on in that first quarter, he is a danger. Whenever he gets ball in hand, as we've mentioned plenty of times, the reigning Division 2 best and fairest as this ball's tossed back up. Stefano front position. Hall's kick was smothered. It rebounds here to Nicholas Daisley. Got a handball over the top to the running Hanlon. It fell short of him. He'll still get the free kick. There's no advantage paid there for St. Mary's. They could have taken advantage. But
good call, I reckon.
It is still going to be Rory Hanlon. Had a man running past him, decides to ignore him, had linking Zhang as well. Instead, sets it up for McGibbon. It just falls over the top of him. Out the back, Sidhu got the numbers, and he goes to the short kick to Van Swynen. Goes to this broadcast side, centre wing. The kick fell short of his intended target, and it was really smartly tapped forward there. Getting his arms free and getting it back there to Jake Dambrauskas. Short chipping ball over the top to Tane Cotter, who's looking for options. Zhang screaming for it inboard, ignores him. He might be going back here, Tane Cotter, and
what a shot this would be.
If he kicks this would show why he's the reigning Division 2 best and fairest winner. He's won, I think, 2 league best and fairest as well, and under 19 best and fairest a couple of years ago. But Cotter, this would be for his 86th senior goal in his 55th senior game. Comes in. It leaves the boot really well. Oh, it's there! Tane Cotter with an absolute ripper. And St. Mary's hit the lead again. 4-2-26. St. Mary's 3-4-22. As that goal was so good, we've got a party train going on out here.
They're just here to celebrate. That was an incredible goal.
He must have known he was right in front of us, and he really wanted to make sure Josh got a great look at the goal and ensured that it could be the best possible call. But fantastic effort from Tane Cotter, tight on the boundary line, and that's the type of goal that could kickstart a bit of momentum where the Borough could get on top.
5th goal of the season as I tried to yell over the conga line in front of us. Special comments provided by the lovely women here at South Morang. Ball gets tossed up. Stefano at the back. Hall of the Thai variety. It's ground level. Spills out the back. Stefano's going to try to get onto this. He does. Get the handball away. Constantinu back to Stefano. And then Traianu just... In fact, it is Constantinu who has to get the high kick away. Great mark taken. And away go the Lions. No! Holding the ball is the call. And it was the Propertus who took the mark. It was a great mark. Wanted to get on with it. but was tackled immediately. And out of Burra, inside 50, McGibbon's the target. Kalpakis is given away to free. And St Mary's is starting a bit of a momentum shift here, boys. It's looking like another shot on goal for the Borough, and it'll be McGibbon that has a chance.
I think that move from McGibbon, moving up forward, he's loomed large inside forward 50. Costello, he's had his moments, but this would be for the perfect start here for St Mary's.
He's going to give Kalpakis, I think, some headaches this quarter because that's already a free kick against him, and Kalpakis, probably the intercept defender that South Morang would want to use him as today. He's got to be liable for a man now.
He's not a noted goal kicker, only 7 senior majors, and one of them this year. He starts that way right. It might not even make the distance. Nearly actually landed for Daisley, but Kalpakis was the man to take the mark. He chips the ball away, and now it's a chance for Hall of the Thai variety.
Captain goes to this far side centre wing. The spoil taken there by Rory Hanlon. Bursting his way through was John Desmond. Got the kick inside 50. Did really well there to affect the contest. Did Nick Daisley on the ground. It's going to be a ball up.
Unlucky Kalpakis there probably not to get a free.
He did come in a little bit late, but it's still a forward 50 stoppage here for St Mary's, who had the territory early in this game. The tap down from McGibbon to Cotter. It's drifting to the left. It's going to go out of bounds, but it was tapped out of bounds there. It looks like we've got a number 26 as well for South Morang. So that Antipas couldn't lay hands on that ball as this one is about to be tossed back into play, and McGibbon and Stefano will lock horns as they did to start this contest. McGibbon just tried to take it out of ruck. Got the tackle in. Hall, was he taken high? He was. And that tackle there was by Jack Bianchin, and Hall will have the chance to rebound once again.
Chipping ball to Davies will work. He's got runners on the side. Ignores them and will just settle down. South Morang on the back foot here a little bit, you think. Back to Hall. I think that 26 is Michael Burns, because that's what he wore last week. But in the meantime, we'll double check. As Lyons move it through Leonardis, goes down the line. Good kick. Now an opportunity for Peterson. He wants to go in ball. That's a great kick in the end, and it will just get to Van Zwienen. Van Zwienen will chip this one inside. Will it work for his target? It won't. Still a chance for Peterson. Got his kick smothered, and the Borough will be able to run this out potentially if they pick it up. No, getting there was Kane Hall. Now Robinson's going to shoot towards goal, towards the goal line. Not quite for the moment. The Borough, they've got numbers for support, but Lucci just has to get the pressure kick out of danger. Now a 2-on-1 that will work well for the Borough, and they've got numbers in board. Daisley takes the mark, looks to get the handball away, decides to go himself. Inside 50 to Kassane, and Constantinu, well, he couldn't take the mark, but did well to intercept. Daisley comes in hard again. Ball at ground level, and Daisley again will try a third time. That's going to be cleared away, you feel like, now for Leonardis in the defensive half. He goes to a 2-on-1 in favour of the Borough. Robinson did well to make an effort. The ball didn't bounce well for Zhang. And they keep it moving forward here to Lyons. Gage's going to have to impact this ball. He got hands onto it. It spilled away. Still a chance for St Mary's, who are under enormous pressure. And they do well to compose themselves. They get it out to Dambrauskas. You're right. Just allows the ball to bounce to him. Takes one himself. Dambrauskas towards McGibbon, who's got 2 to beat again. And he gets a hand on it, tapped away. Still a chance for Antipas, tried on the boundary. Hasn't got many options. Look for Kassane. He's going to have to lay a tackle instead. And we'll have a ball up almost right in front of our commentary position. The Borough lead by 4 points, 8.5 into the second two.
So once again, Stefano up against McGibbon. He's still done majority of the ruck work because it's been inside St Mary's forward 50, and it'll remain in their forward half because Stefano tapped it out of bounds.
Almost on the fall there, because if you do tap it out of bounds, I was
about to say, if it's out, is it?
I believe it is, even in this level.
So South Morang escaped there as McGibbon decides to take matters into his own hands, follows up his own work, got the tap down, looking for Connor Kassane. He also got a tap forward, but doing really well was South Morang. The handball there wasn't all too great, and they'll get a shot on goal here through Dambrauskas. St Mary's have 2 in a row. The first 2 of this second quarter, and Jake Dambrauskas gets on the scoreboard. St Mary's, they're 5-2-32. South Morang, 3-4-22. We've played 9.5 minutes second quarter.
There's probably that forward pressure, I think, from the Borough, which has lifted a lot. They're not really getting the cleanest of looks inside forward 50, but every time it comes to ground, they're bringing in players like Dambrauskas in that moment there, but also Kassane, who looks so dangerous and really putting South Morang defenders under the pump. That clearing handball from Muscat, he probably wants that one back because that was just into a lot of pressure there for the Borough. It's brilliantly well done by St. Mary's, who have lifted this quarter, and now South Morang will need to respond.
It's no surprise that as St. Mary's start to win the midfield, it's Cotter getting into the game in this second term particularly. They're going to win another clearance here to visitors. They send the high ball towards half forward. It's going to bounce for Leonardis. It didn't bounce for him. Almost was Neil. They still make it work, St. Mary's. Kassam with a bouncing ball. McGibbon tries to tap it towards a teammate's advantage. Neil, was he held without it? He was. No, umpire thought he had put them out to the whistle. He didn't. Umpire's going to call for a stoppage instead.
He was 1 second away from giving that, I reckon. That's how close he was.
Ball gets tossed up nonetheless. We're deep inside 50 again for St. Mary's. McGibbon's on his own in the ruck. Can he find a handball target? Almost tried for Chichita. Couldn't get to him. Davies did really well to get the handball away. Kassane, though, should get there first. He just had to handball it into air and hope someone got it. Hall of the Kane varieties absorbed in a tackle. So we'll have another stoppage. We're about 40 away from the St. Mary's goal, who, as Josh said, has kicked the last two of this game. Peterson got the tap. Not too many teammates avail. Advantage, I should say. We're going to have another ball up. It's 11 minutes now into this second quarter, so still a chance here for the Borough, who are putting the Lions under real pressure at the moment. Tap back from Costello. It was too hot for Bianchin. Still a chance for Cotter. His kick was smothered, though, and will be absorbed for another ball up.
I was about to say they're taking advantage of their opportunities, St. Mary's, unlike when they met Diamond Creek and Whittlesea in the early stages of this season. As Costello, the backwards tap, Cotter, in fact, that was Brennan who tried to burst his way through. It's out the back here for Ben Musket, whose kick is a very wide one. Will Caden Fayler run onto this ball? It just trickles past him, but they do really well through South Morang, and they escape here through Max Hayes inside 50. Looks like it's Ty Hall who's thrown himself down inside forward 50, but it goes out the back. And a good chance for St. Mary's to reload, although in saying that, South Morang doing really well to lock it in there forward 50 and concede a forward 50 stoppage.
It was Caden Fayler with the second efforts to keep that ball in play, and the Borough, you're right, they were out. They had more numbers to the contest, but as a result, they're going to have a boundary throw-in, so that transition moved very quickly, and now the Lions need to get back on the scoreboard. They've conceded the last two, but it's another clearance win for the Borough. It's a low ball towards the boundary line that Costello might be happy to let go, but the Lions wanted the ball more on that occasion, and Kalpakis wins the ball back, goes down the line. Will it bounce well for Hall of the Kane variety? It does. Gets it back, does Kane Hall, and then just has to get boots of ball to go inside 50. Overhead to McGibbon. Caden Fayler now with a chance. Had to get the handball away. Still might work for Ty Hall, but the ball will go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Defensively, they're doing really well, St. Mary's. They're getting a lot of numbers to each contest, which puts almost South Morang under way too much pressure in their own forward half. This is why we're seeing a lot of turnovers and dump kick out of the back 50.
Ball gets tossed up and then tackle on Gedge. So we're going to have a secondary stoppage. So the Borough lead by 10 points in this second quarter after trailing by 1 point at quarter time. McGibbon got the tap. Too hot for Kane Hall. Handball back is a high kick coming from Davies. Don't know if that's 15. Umpire says it's not. Lucci takes the mark. Unbeknownst to him that it wasn't the required distance, and he gets boot to ball to a 2-on-2 on the wing, right in front of the South Morang bench. Constantinu. Kalpakis got the handball away. Still a chance for the Lions who want to keep it moving forward. They're successful. Davies got it off to Kalpakis, who kept running. Now under a bit of pressure. Back to Davies out of Lions. And it's a good kick almost for Kane Hall. The non-officiating umpire is given a free kick, so Kane Hall still has it. Hall sends it deep inside 50. Robinson to target. Ty Hall from behind tried to spill it. Caden Fayler tried to keep it in play, but was unable. The ball goes out of bounds.
Oh, wow. Free kick, I think.
Something's happened, and it's going to go into the hands of Ty Hall. I'm not sure what that was. I missed that. But nonetheless, important shot for Ty Hall.
He's looked threatening the last couple of minutes up forward, Ty Hall. It's a bit of a surprise move, just given how prominent he is in midfield.
He's already kicked one. He's looking for a second, and to get the Lions back into things, geez, he made the goal umpire work for that. It is a goal, though, for Ty Hall, and the Lions get their fourth of the afternoon. They are 4-4-28 now, South Morang. St. Mary's at 5-2-32. Just an important one to slow the momentum down a little bit.
especially with all the forward 50 entries they had. It kept getting turned over in there. They were getting a lot of repeat stoppages, but from those, the likes of Maggio and Lucci were doing really well for St. Mary's to get it out of their back line. Kalpakis was huge on a number of occasions there on that far wing to be able to bring it back in. Same goes for Kobe Davies, and eventually the Lions got reward on the scoreboard.
Showing their class, those players, as it's Hanlon with nearly a paddock ahead of him. It goes the handball to Liam Neal, who fell on his feet, still managed to get a kick away. It's to Brennan. Kassane on his left for the immediate response. It's to the left. It was a good effort on goal, and St. Mary's, they moved the change, but only by 1 point, 5-3-33 the Borough. South Morang 4-4-28, 15 and a half minutes gone as we wait for this ball to be kicked in by Tyrone Leonardis in an unfamiliar role in defence last couple of years, playing midfield for...
Tough midfield to get into, though, for South Morang.
It is a pretty impressive midfield when you've got the likes of Nathan Stefano and Ty Hall running in it, as Leonardis goes short to Ben Peterson. Maybe he's potentially been swung down back or potentially into the midfield more as well as Peterson. Forced to go backwards and finds Ben Muscat. Just moving this ball slowly around South Morang. Leonardis, the bounce didn't favour him. Still has the class and composure to get past his St. Mary's opponent. Goes down the line to this broadcast side centre wing. It falls out the back there for Caden Fayler at a good couple of minutes. James Tray now got a handball option. Instead just handballs it to himself. Over the top. He might get this ball back here, Tray now. He does. Goes inside 50 now.
Oh, good kick.
And a really great kick. And it lands in the hands there of his teammate, who's going to go for the shot on goal. We're just waiting for him to...
I think it's Hayes.
Yep,
It is Max Hayes. So this will be for his 8th senior goal. The 20-year-old will kick from 50 metres out on a little bit of an angle and makes no mistakes. South Morang hit the front once again by a point. 5-4-34 the Lions, the Borough 5-3-33, 17 minutes gone, second quarter.
And for Zach, for all the good start that St. Mary's have had in the first 10 minutes of this term, they all of a sudden find themselves back. It only took them a couple of minutes.
Yeah, 100%. That's probably what's going to hurt the most. Great transition play from South Morang. It started with a terrible bounce for Leonardis, but his composure to get around his opponent, and then that kick to get out the back to Fayler worked a treat for the Lions. South Morang, the St. Mary's rather, I think they'd be looking at their midfield squarely and trying to get this game back on their terms.
Tap from Costello, almost worked for the Borough. Peterson doing the ruck work for the Lions, gets involved and is absorbing a tackle. So we have another stoppage in the middle. So we're 17 and a half minutes into the second quarter. It's a lead of a point to South Morang. Tap again from Costello. Lions still under a bit of pressure. Both teams looking to clear it away. It might work for Caden Fayler, who gets it deep inside 50. Now who's the bounce going to favour here? Tough one for Halewood. The Borough have numbers, but they're under enormous pressure to get rid of the football. Eventually they just chip it out of trouble. Lucci takes the mark. At half back. One of the experienced players of this St. Mary's team. That's a dangerous kick. It worked for Cotter, who has to get moving, and he's got all the space in front of him. Now a deep entry here. A front spot chance for Chichitas. Sidhu took a great mark. He'll go to Leonardis. In fact, it was Muscat, I should say, that took that excellent grab. Leonardis down the line. Good kick. It's in the hands of Davies, who's had a bit of it as well in the second quarter, as Kobe Davies. Goes towards half forward. That's going to be turned over, though. The Borough take the mark. Now, what are the next options? Zhang wants it tight on the wing. It won't go to him. He's going to go to anti-pass, and I think that was the target, but the kick did not come off at all. And now Liam Fayler takes the mark. And then he'll just chip it short to Davies again. And he's just going to go with a high ball. And Zhang, well, he did really well to outmuscle Robinson there. And he takes the one-on-one mark and another intercept for the Borough. He goes to Bianchin. Between wing and half back. He's got a runner. Uses him. Floating ball inside 50. Was too hot for the South Morang defender. Chichita a chance here. Got the handball away cleverly, but anti-pass missed it. Chichita again in there as well. Is Muscat trying to do his best. And the ball will be called now for a ball up.
Kassane nearly took it out there. I've been impressed with this game on a half-forward flank. He's One of the more underrated players in this St. Mary's lineup as this ball's tossed back up. Stefano again just took it out of ruck, but it's St. Mary's with the clearance looking there for Chichita. Two South Morang opponents went out, and that was Ben Muscat with the intercept mark. Held down the fort in defence as one of the South Morang premiership players. Looks for Davies with a good mark.
So, it's a little leap.
Just a little leap there from the former Monty man. Goes short because he's got Liam Fayler. Again, an experienced players of this South Morang lineup. Looks for Train now, who had plenty of yardage ahead of him and just decides to go back on his mark. Got an option short in Bailey Brown, just decides to go inside 50 here. Robertson in the middle of that pack. It falls into St. Mary's favour, but it's not going anywhere. Ball will be tossed back up right on the paint of 50.
Time on now, Zach. What's the critical next few minutes look like for both teams?
Well, I think it's for South Morang, lock it in your forward half as much as possible and prevent St. Mary's from doing this coming out of half back.
Hanlon getting it away. Leonardis misread the footy in the air, but was able to recover. Had to get the handball away, though. Found Kalpakis, and great effort there from Connor Kassane to take it out.
Great intercept from Connor Kassane there because it looked like South Morang were just going to go right back into their forward 50. Crucial because they get a boundary stoppage just outside their forward 50 and potentially could get maybe one last score to go into half-time with something.
21 minutes into the second term. The Lions lead by a point. Stefano, Cotter, sandwiched by a couple. Ball spills away. Traianu. He's going backwards, doesn't know where to go, still has possession of it. He's going to switch it across. It's a dangerous kick. Good pressure coming there from Brennan, but a great mark from Constantinu, who wants to keep things moving towards half forward. It's a bouncing ball that favour the Lions. They do keep it moving forward, and they've got the numbers to support it. Now they'll go towards the corridor, towards Kane Hall as he pushed out of it. Burra still with the numbers, picked up again by the Lions. They've still got numbers around. Hayes towards the forward line, and they keep it in. Across the face of goal, and it's going to be marked by Ty Hall. Well, that was the most indirect kick you could give to a forward. And I think it was Hayes who was close to the point post. Just tried to get it between the goals. The ball actually kept alive, and now the captain's looking for a third.
Still be a score assist. It could be a score assist either way for Max Hayes. He'll take that.
He only had 3 goals for the whole season coming into this game. This is for his third in the first half. And he has no problems there either. And the Lions have kicked 3 straight majors and have made this a 7-point game. 6-4-40 now are South Morang, St. Mary's, a 5-3-33. And Zach, the Borough now have a few problems trying to contain their opposing captain inside forward 50.
They definitely do, because we thought Ty Hall would spend most of the day in the midfield being that spark of energy, but he's been so dangerous forward, and I don't even think that's really St. Mary's fault, because the way Ty Hall set up, he was looking to defend the outlet kick. He didn't know that Max Hayes was just going to give it to him on the other side of the pocket, so unbelievable stuff there, and they're going to get a free kick, the Lions, as well, so this could get worse for the Borough.
Could it be a 666 infringement? Not 100% sure, but nevertheless, it's Stefano. Just decides to launch it inside 50. The St. Mary's player gets a spoil in, and it's not going anywhere. We'll get a forward 50 stoppage.
I tell you safely there's no 666 in the NFL, so it must have been for another particular reason, not sure.
Bit of a surprise there is the big leap there from Kane Hall from behind. They clear their lines temporarily to St. Mary's. Stefano parked underneath this, though. Could he go back here? Yeah, why not? He's got a pretty thumping right boot on him. Sold the candy on one. Decides to go for goal. That would have been a spectacular goal from the big man.
They would have put Cotters to shame, that's for sure. And that says a lot, because Cotters was unbelievable. Stefano just doing one too many there. But it's capable. In the meantime, Abbott will take the mark for the Borough. And they give it off to a teammate. Now the Borough will go towards half forward. Kick to McGibbon wasn't great. Went past Cole Wheatley as well, doing some defensive work. McGibbon run down. No, got the handball away. Kick by Fayler of the lean variety, smothered. Now a chance here for the Borough through the middle of the ground. Very dangerous handball. Lions have numbers everywhere. They have to track back. Cotter, little fumble. The Propidus applying the pressure really well. Lions win the ball back. As a result, they go towards centre half forward, and a good mark taken by Zhang.
It's been good in defence.
Oh, he fumbled it as well. Did Zhang, and he's coughed up the footy. Relentless pressure from the Lions. Kane Hall with the footy. He wants to move quickly. Didn't have as many options as he would have liked. He's going to handball it across. And the long kick on goal from Renahan. Almost marked on the line and rushed through for a behind. That was Van Zwenen actually with the shot. And the Lions have turned this game on its head. 6-5-41, the Borough 5-3-33.
I was about to say Lincoln Zhang with the good defensive work, but then that was the defensive error and it invited a shot on goal from Kobe Van Zwinen. And so St. Mary's got the short option here on the far side back pocket. What will they look to do here? They trail by 8 points. We're at the 25-minute mark of this second quarter in the NFNL match of the day. The kick's short. It's Adam Lucci. Brisbane solid in defence. All players parked on the far side. And there goes the half-time siren. As Nicholas Sacco said, South Morang have turned this game on somewhat on its head. They only lead by 8 points, but in the early stages of that second quarter, it was all St. Mary's. The Lions 6-5-41, St. Mary's 5-3-33.